We've all seen hype anime fights. Not the PNG slideshows, but the ones that has good animation with a solid soundtrack and cool power-ups. I mean, the type that literally gives you goosebumps. These are anime with an entirely different tier of violence. They're the fights that are so massive, so anticipated, that they don't just trend on social media. They literally abuse the hell out of the digital world. Welcome back to Anime Wasteland. Today we are digging through 20 anime fights that legitimately broke the internet. But before we start, if you want to survive the wasteland and keep your anime knowledge top tier, do me a massive favor. Hit that subscribe button right now, smash the notification bell, and join the community. Trust me, you don't want to miss what we're dropping next. Let's get straight into the chaos. We have to begin with the blueprint of this entire phenomenon. If you weren't on the internet on October 7th, 2017, it is almost impossible to describe the sheer scale of the madness that took place when Dragon Ball Super launched its two-part special. Goku was pushed to his absolute limits with his fight against Jiren, and for the first time, he tapped into the state of the gods, Ultra Instinct.
Is it true? Is this really the end for you, Saiyan? Goku! Are you finished? What are those tremors?
Time for the real fun to begin.
Beerus, my lord, is there something you wish to say?
Here it comes.
But what truly cements this fight as an internet breaker was the kind of impact it had in the real world. Across Mexico, Brazil, Ecuador, and El Salvador, massive stadium-sized public watch parties were organized. We're talking about tens of thousands of screaming fans filling up municipal plazas and actual soccer stadiums to watch a legal feed of a weekly anime episode on giant screens. Local governments were literally funding these events, treating Goku's new form like a World Cup final match. Toei Animation actually had to release official statements regarding public broadcasting rights because mayors were trying to broadcast the episode to their cities. To this day, Goku vs. Jiren is the ultimate metric for global anime dominance. Fast forward to August 6th, 2023. The anticipation for this moment had been simmering in a high-pressure cooker for over a year. Ever since Oda published the legendary chapter in the manga, One Piece fans knew exactly what was coming: the awakening of the Devil Fruit, the transformation into the sun god Nika, and the debut of Gear 5. When the exact minute of release hit, the global internet took a devastating blow. Crunchyroll's entire application imploded. Users worldwide were greeted by the infamous 502 bad gateway, and multiple third-party tracking sites showed server outages spreading across Europe and the Americas simultaneously. But the internet-breaking nature of Gear 5 wasn't just about crashing servers. It was about the pure shock of the artistic choices. Directed by Tatsuya Nagamine and featuring a dream team of international animators, Gear 5 threw traditional shonen logic out the window. Instead of a dark, brooding, edgy power-up, Luffy turned into a literal Looney Tunes cartoon. He was bouncing off the ground, eyes popping out of his skull, laughing hysterically while flattening Kaido like a pancake. The internet spent the next 3 weeks in a state of absolute civil war. TikTok was flooded with millions of videos debating whether a serious, decades-long fight should have Looney Tunes sound effects over it. It completely dominated pop culture, proved that One Piece's modern cultural gravity is totally unmatched, and left an indelible mark on animation history. This is officially our first entry for the absolute powerhouse that is Demon Slayer. To truly understand why this fight belongs here, we have to look back at 2019. Before episode 19 aired in August of that year, Demon Slayer was a highly respected but standard seasonal anime. It had a dedicated following, but it wasn't a global hit yet. Then came the legendary episode, Hinokami, when Tanjiro was backed into a corner by the Lower Moon 5 spider demon Rue and shifted his breathing style from water to the blazing crimson of the hinokami kagura, the dance of the fire god. Studio Ufotable changed television anime forever. The blend of fluid, hand-drawn 2D animation and the visuals was so visually pleasing to watch. It felt satisfying to watch, and the stakes of that fight mixed with the visuals gave me goosebumps when I was watching that episode. That whole visual sequence felt completely alien for a weekly TV broadcast. Combined with the heartbreaking song Kamadu Tanjiro no Yuta playing in the background, the emotional and visual climax was overwhelming. After the fight between Tanjiro and Nezuko versus Rue put Demon Slayer on the global stage, you might think the visuals couldn't get any better than what they did in the first season, right? Ufotable doubled down and upgraded the visuals and took it to a whole new level in the next season of Demon Slayer. If episode 19 of the first season put the franchise on the map, episode 10 of the Entertainment District arc, Never Give Up, solidified it as an untouchable titan of visual production. When the sound Hashira Tengen Uzui completed his musical score, technique, and engaged in a final, desperate, hyperspeed blade clash against the Upper Moon 6, Gyutaro, our jaws dropped straight to the floor, I kid you not. Flawless animation. Camera angles were tracking the movement in a flawless 360-degree space, and the sheer saturation of color and light looked less like a weekly television broadcast and more like a theatrical movie with an unlimited budget. And hey, if you're loving this deep dive into the absolute peak moments of internet culture, do not forget to hit that subscribe button right now for Anime Wasteland. We're tracking the wild history of this community weekly, and you definitely want to be locked in for what's coming next. And the next on our list is Boruto. And yes, I know lots of people hate Boruto, but listen first before you judge. In July 2018, Boruto episode 65 dropped, and it did something that many fans thought was impossible at the time. It completely united the old-school fan base of Naruto fans with the new generation. Directed and storyboarded by the legendary animator Chungshi Huang, this episode became an instant, global masterclass in martial arts choreography. Instead of relying heavily on giant, flashy energy avatars or planet-destroying energy blasts right away, the fight made history by focusing on raw, traditional taijutsu hand-to-hand combat. The choreography was incredibly fluid, drawing heavy inspiration from real-world Wing Chun and traditional Chinese martial arts. Watching Naruto and Sasuke fight in perfect, silent unison, smoothly passing a kunai behind their backs, capitalizing on each other's momentum, and pulling off classic shadow clone deception tricks reminded the entire world exactly why they fell in love with this franchise over 2 decades ago. Clips of the taijutsu sequence immediately flooded mainstream social media platforms, completely breaking out of regular anime circles into the wider entertainment consciousness. It stands as a powerful testament to the fact that sometimes the most internet-shattering thing you can do is strip away the flashy effects and remind everyone of the beauty of raw combat choreography. When Boruto episode 217 dropped, it forced the entire anime community to pause and pay respect to the old guard. Against the godlike, overwhelming strength of Ishiki Otsutsuki, standard power-ups meant instant death. By consuming the life forces of both Naruto and Kurama as raw materials, it generated a terrifying, ungodly tier of power, Baryon mode. Studio Pierrot brought out their absolute heavy hitters for this animation. But what truly made this fight go wildly viral on TikTok and X was the reveal of its core mechanic. Naruto wasn't just dealing physical damage, because their energies were connected through the fusion process. Every single strike actively drained Ishiki's remaining lifespan, ticking it down from days to mere minutes. It was a beautiful, high-stakes countdown. The emotional weight of knowing this form came at the ultimate cost of Kurama's life, turned a spectacular showcase into a heartbreaking farewell.
Kurama, 行かないでくれ。
それまでの間、せいぜい達者でな、ナルト。
Kurama! Kurama!
Ikai Shinsho Makora.
And right here, we lock in our very first entry for the modern titan of internet chaos, Jujutsu Kaisen. Late in 2023, the Shibuya incident arc was already actively terrorizing the mental health of the entire anime community on a week-to-week basis. The stakes were really high, characters were dropping like flies, and the tension was beyond crazy. Then episode 17 arrived, and Studio Mappa decided to rewrite the rules of modern action choreography. When Ryaman Sukuna stepped onto the battlefield to fight the untamable divine General Mahoraga, the animators didn't just deliver a standard high-budget fight. They threw traditional, clean blueprints straight into the garbage and went for a wild, fully experimental animation style. The movement was incredibly loose, prioritizing raw speed, momentum, and scale over rigid character models. On the topic of Jujutsu Kaisen, the next on the list is Gojo versus Sukuna. Gojo versus Sukuna haven't been animated yet, but it's crazy to see the impact it had when just the manga dropped. Not even the anime, but only the manga. The Shinjuku showdown between the Honored One, Satoru Gojo, and the King of Curses, Ryaman Sukuna, broke the internet purely through the raw power of the printed page. For months during 2023, every single Wednesday morning the anime community was going insane. The exact second the raw manga chapter leaks dropped online, the global anime community went into a state of collective hysteria. Gojo versus Sukuna would instantly claim the #1 trending spot worldwide on X, remaining there for days. TikTok was utterly taken over by chapter recaps, manga coloring panels, and elaborate fan animations that were generating tens of millions of views within a matter of hours. The internet-breaking nature of this real-world memorial shrines were erected by fans in major metropolitan train stations, complete with flowers, letters, and printed images of fictional characters. The sheer cultural weight of this battle turned the entire internet into a weekly, global viewing party. When MAPPA finally gets around to animating this absolute clash of gods, the streaming servers stand no chance of survival. Let's step back to the legendary year of 2015. Studio Madhouse did something that should not have been humanly possible. They assembled an absolute dream team of freelance animators, storyboard artists, and production visionaries to adapt the finale of One Punch Man's first season. The result was Saitama versus Lord Boros, a fight that stands as a historic monument in the history of the Sakuga community. When Boros unleashed his full power, sending Saitama flying through the vacuum of space onto the literal surface of the moon, the scale of the fight went planetary. But it was Saitama's return and the execution of the serious punch to counter Boros's collapsing star roaring cannon that permanently shifted the landscape of modern action animation. Clips of this fight quickly became the definitive test footage for anime edits on early YouTube.
内エネルギーの放出を推進力として。
Which of these legendary moments did you actually witness live when it dropped? Did your favorite fight make the cut? Or did I leave out a masterpiece that deserves to be on the list? Let me know in the comments below. Before you leave, make sure to hit that subscribe button right now to join us here at Anime Wasteland. Drop a like on the video and share this with your squad. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there in the ruins, and I'll see you in the next video.